Hey folks, I'm American blues man Kenny Neal, and y'all thought that we was gonna do a music video, right? Well, they told me to mount up, so I mounted up on Arky over here. Hey, I'm just kidding. Let's go. Meet me over at the studio. See you later. Well, if you wanna play the blues on your guitar and you're dreaming of being a star, B.B. King is watching wherever you are. So don't touch a string until you listen to some B.B. King. Well, Sweet 16 and Caledonia too. Well, you know, when I was a kid growing up, my grandfather had a club called Spooner's Lounge. Spooner's Juke Joint, actually. It wasn't a lounge back then. And every month, we would have the jukebox man come over, and he'd put new records on. And B.B. King was one of my favorites. I used to always go by because he'd give me free records after he would leave that I can play up to 6 records. He'd go, I got 6 free records for you to play. And man, I'll hit 3 o'clock in the morning, Sweet Little Angel, all of that. So, you know, taking this approach, when Eric first came to me with Mount Up on the Wings of the King, I wanted to go back and capture that moment of, as a kid, listening to him on a jukebox and what it felt to me in my head. So I wanted to create that feeling. And I think Mount Up on the Wings of the King was so perfect and appropriate to do that, think about him, but I wanted to do it in a much high energy way than sing a sad song. And that's the way this thing started.
I met Kenny the first time after we had finished recording the B.B. King Blues Band album, which went #1 Billboard, and I had to interview because I was interviewing all the artists on the record, from Kenny Wayne Shepherd to Taj Mahal, and I enjoyed that portion of what I was doing as you know, doing this recording. And so I meet Kenny, he interview him, and then when we're done, I take him to the airport, and during that time we just kind of talked and laughed, and we kind of gelled, and at that time we talked about a little music, and you know, Kenny, you know how a lot of times guys say, you know, well, yeah, we could do this, we could do that, but we talked and we stayed in touch.
Yeah.
We stayed in touch. From that moment on, I was kind of sending him different concepts about music, stuff that I was writing, and some of it he responded to, some of it he didn't.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a country boy. I'll be on the track
and then finally, I sent out Mount Up on the Wings of the King, and I knew he was on to something because right away the phone rang.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, we can make this work.
Yeah.
This can work.
He said, I think I got something for that.
Eric Harper gave me the opportunity to have a conversation with him on his way to the airport. And at that time, I said to Deanna, and I said, and Deanna works in the office, we're partners with TPG. I said, that guy, we need to sign. I need to sign him some kind of way. And let's fast forward to during the pandemic. Here, I've signed Kenny Neal to TPG.
So the first time I meet Kingfish, we're in Monroe. Although he didn't realize he met me, B.B. King Blues Band opened up for him in concert. And so I'm working the merch table, and you know, we had a few people there, but then when he finished the concert, come off stage, everybody goes to Kingfish. And so he's in the dark, there was no light in the room. I had a lamp light at my table. But since he'd taken all the fans anyway, I decided to just go ahead and give him my light. So I handed him the light, and I told him good show, and then that was the last he and I saw of each other.
And I drove my car to Gary, Indiana, And Eric and I loaded up, and we went from Gary, Indiana, driving to Clarksdale to do a photo shoot and do it on time. And it was a long, hard drive, and we did it. We stopped in Memphis. We were so beat up. We stopped in Memphis at a Holiday Inn by Express parking lot. And this is a true story. We slept in the parking lot, in the front. And people don't know who was in the car. You know, we had Tito in the car, but we slept in the front where the front entrance because it was safe. And we went to sleep in the car. We woke up and we finished our journey. I want to say at 6, 7 or whatever it was when the sun came up. And this was like, oh man, it was a hard drive. And we went to Clarksdale. And it was like, and we were just like beat up, and we immediately went to work.
So when we was in Clarksdale, it was so funny because the guitars laying around, and they're probably about $5 guitars. They wasn't nothing expensive at all. And it took us the longest to try to get halfway in tune, but it was perfect for our setting. And then Tito and we pick up the guitar, and Kingfish grabbed the guitar, and we started playing. And he was so humble and respecting us. He didn't even want to take a verse or a solo or whatever. And then I told him, I said, go at it, man. And he went at it, and we was like, listen to this, man. This is amazing. And he played like he was our age or older. He just got that old soul, man. He's got it, natural. Now you're my starlight now. Heaven must have sent you from above. You're my red star, and you're my pride and joy. You're my starlight now, and heaven must have sent you from above. My dad wrote this song. I said, now living my life with you, baby, makes my heart fill with joy. Since the day I said I do, you are my pride and joy. You're my starlight now, and heaven must have sent you from above. Everybody can't fit. Yeah. Next up, I said, hey, baby, you don't have to go. I said, hey, baby, you don't have to go. I'm gonna pack up my bags, down the road I go. I said, hey, baby, you don't have to go. I say, baby, you don't have to go.
I'm gonna pack up my bags. Down the road I go. You don't have to go. Oh, baby. You don't have to go. Yeah. I'm gonna pack up my bags. Down the road I go.
And Mr. King was a brilliant guy when it came to sharing his talents, sharing the stage, sharing the fame. And so we were like, if we could get Kingfish on this record, then what would happen would be young folks would understand what it requires to be a professional. And so Kingfish was going to get the message to young folks for us.
I didn't know he was going to show up, but he did show up. You know, they hung out, and there was video captured of them playing together, Kingfish, Kenny, and Tito, and they were playing cards, and we all took pictures. We just all had a beautiful time.
And so when he came to Clarksdale, and he walked up on the set of Tito's photo shoot, he and I began to talk a little bit. I introduced myself. I said, I met you before. He said, really? I said, yes. I said, you know, at the table, I gave you the light. He said, the light. I said, yeah, that was me. And so at that moment, he and I kind of hit it off.
Kenny called me up and said, hey, I want to do an album. And that was the best news to my ears for him to do another album.
Well, you know, when Eric called me and gave me the concept of the song, I listened to the lyrics and I go, wow, Mount Up on the Wings of the King, this is pretty cool, man. And then that's when we started. I called him right back and said, hey, I'm interested, let's do it. And then I took the lyrics and we did a little twisting and put it all together, and man, what a wonderful song.
We came up with the idea about Kingfish playing on Mount Up on the Wings of the King. And the whole concept was about young folks, you know, that and other artists in the business who have basically been given a break by BB.
He said, man, I'm gonna call this album Straight from the Heart. He says, coming from my heart. And he put this album together. I called Kenny. I said, Kenny, we're gonna go over to Thomas Ruff. You know, I got a relationship with Ruff Records from the B.B. King Blues Band. I know Ira, I know Patty, I know how they machine work. We had very, very great success with the B.B. King Blues Band album over there. And I got his opinion. He felt good with it. And I said, I'm gonna do the deal, I'm gonna take you over to Ruff. So we got the contracts going, we got them all straightened out. Kenny signed to Ruff Records.
Well, you know, I was working on my material at the time, and I had a nice shuffle song that I thought would fit for this song. It was like the perfect song for a perfect shuffle for the lyrics. And at that time, I had my little brother Darnell Neal on bass. I had Michael Harris on drums, Brandon Adams on keyboards, and these are my little, like my students, my little brothers. Well, Darnell is my youngest brother, and they're like the house musicians around here because I've been teaching them for years and years, and wonderful guys to work with the family. And we went in and laid this track down, and when I started to sing the lyrics, it just, boom, came together, man. And I knew we had something.
And so it was a mission, and so on that mission, what ended up happening was, from that day forward, I had to kind of figure out how to make this happen. So I met Joe Eagle down there at Clarksdale. He was with Kingfish, and obviously eventually met his manager, talked back and forth to his manager, Ric Whitney. And so It took a while. It actually took a while, and that's one thing that I think you have to learn, is that in this business, it takes patience. You know, if you got a great idea and you really believe in it, you just have to keep with it. You have to stay with it.
I said to Kenny, I said, we need a mainstream booking agent. You know, and I'm not going to bite my tongue about it. You know, I've seen how this blues thing, you know, I'm not from the blues world. I only been in the blues world for about 3-4 years, you know. And, man, some of the things that go on is just, like, unbelievable. And some of the money these some of our cats are picking up is unbelievable. And I said to Kenny, I said, hey, we're going to make a change. Let's make a change all across the board. That means agents, that means everything. And we did that. And I took Kenny to a mainstream booking agent out of New York, the same agents that booked the B.B. King Blues Band.
And so what ended up happening was I left Kingfish a few calls, and he hadn't responded, but he, through Joe Eagle, who was a friend of his, had said, yes, he wants to do the recording. So here we are. One day we're sitting there and the phone rings. Guess who it is? It's Kingfish. Hey, Mr. Harper, I want to do the track. I said, okay, that's great. So I do a 3-way with him and Kenny, and the next thing you know, we're setting up a date in Memphis at Raw Studios to record this song.
Well, you know, I've been knowing Kingfish for a long time when his mother was with him as a young kid, and I always had highly respect for him because he worked with me with a group called United by Music, and they're all special kids that work together for years, and I've been a part of that for the last 12 years, so I've been knowing Kingfish, but for us to go into the studio, and he's just so humble, and what a sweet kid, and here I am, getting ready to go in and record with, I know, gonna be the future of the blues.
I know you don't know the history, Eric and I. We're family, and for the last, God, since 2015 or whatever the number is, we've been together like glue. You know, and when I had to ask him, where did this song come? What made you write this song? Song, man.
I decided I get away from you.
No, what influenced you to write the damn song? Wings of the King.
Wings of the King.
I'll be damned. You wrote it because.
Well, I was just.
Not really. Why you write the damn song, man?
I was thinking about young folks and how they just want to pick up the guitar and start playing. And something came to me and said, you know, if you want to see yourself at center stage where all the Legend of the Kings are played, then don't touch the strings. Don't let your fingers touch the string until you listen to some B.B. King. Because everybody I hear and talk to says they were listening to B.B. It doesn't matter how famous they are.
You know what, you're right.
He was the guy that they kind of like heard and gravitated to. So then it came to me, mount up on the wings of the King, because that's what everybody was doing. They're mounting up on the wings of the King. And
that's what we did. And then
when he plays, the audience does the same thing. He gets to doing his thing, and next thing you know is they're all over it. They're all, he's carrying everybody on his wings, on his back. And that's what he did for many years. He kind of helped lay the industry out in a way to where everybody understood what the blues really meant. And so a lot of guys are playing, but they're playing because of what he stood for and how he delivered the message, all the feelings in his music and everything he did. And so that's why when I was thinking about it, it's like, well, why did everybody gravitate to him?
So you wrote it 2 years ago. What really inspired you 2 years ago? Because we was doing the B.B. Blues Band, King Blues Band. Really, what 2 years ago? I know we was going through a lot. When you got this song in your head? Because I'm not a songwriter. Something inspired you to say, I'm gonna write this song.
You know, when you start looking at videos, you watch a lot of famous people talk about Mr. King and how they were excited to be on stage. You know, we did the song with Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Yeah.
Who kind of, he was opening up for Mr. King.
He sure did.
Guys, then you talk to Taj Mahal. He says how Mr. King brought him through, and then you talk to, I don't care who you talk to, everybody said, well, Mr. King did this for me, or Mr. King did that for me.
That's right.
And so I'm like, well, y'all just basically mounting up on the wings of the king.
There you go, man.
And that's
there you got it.
You know hey man, you know what? At the end of the day, it's a great song. It's a great parent. I didn't think it was gonna ever happen. You know, but you made it happen.
Terry the man.
And we're gonna make it one of the biggest songs in blues. Not only blues, mainstream. I take my hat off to you, Eric, because you created something that's magical. And this is what the entertainment business is all about. Magic, you know, hocus pocus, and you created it, bro.
So you know, when Kenny heard it, right away he said that's special.
Yeah.
And we need to do something with that. That's the first thing Kenny said. You know, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a producer, I'm in the business, which I think is special. He thinks it's special, then maybe we're on to something. But here we are, and we've showed up. We're getting everything ready there at Raw Studios, and guess who walks through the door? Kingfish. And everybody knew then it was real. Who was that behind? What's going on?
Terry Harvey, man.
What's up, man? Ric Whitney.
Nice. I don't know this guy.
I see you again. How you doing, man? See you again.
Mr. Kingfish is in there.
How you doing, fam? Nice to meet you. How you doing, bro? Yes, sir. Rick, what's going on, man? What's up, man? How y'all doing now?
Good, dude.
Everybody good?
Yeah, everybody good. What's up?
Another day.
Yeah, you was tired.
Oh, yeah, it's been long.
A long stretch.
Yeah, we just getting going.
Yeah,
that's
no.
good.
Gotta hit it again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gonna do the interview part.
I just talked to a man.
Let me work it. They just get here, so let's kind of give them a minute. Fish, how you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm alright, just maintaining, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm knowing that, you know, we're about to make history because here I am, a couple of generations above him, and this is the future of the blues, because this kid is definitely gonna blow up worldwide because he just got what it takes. He's just a natural, and he's so humble, sit there and give you all the respect in the world, and then he go out and we get together and we sing like we've been singing for years, man. You know, it's just that connection, that bond we had was there. And I have a lot of respect for that young man.
Is the debris coming down the booth?
I don't think so.
You
What's that?
I'm just thinking about it. I got it though. Alternating these guitars.
And so, for the very first time, I get to witness Kingfish and Kenny Neal in the studio together.
was sitting around waiting until the studio guys were set up, and so we were sitting around in the control room just having a conversation, and he wanted to know what it was like to work with Mr. B.B. King, and I told him, I said, man, he was just wonderful, because when I was in Japan, I told him this story. When I was in Japan, B.B. King was standing behind my stage in the back watching me throughout the whole set, and I didn't have a clue. And when I finished my set, he came and told me, hey, you're exception to the rule. I want you to come back out and join me on the next set, man. And I told him, I said, that was like a dream came true for me, And he was sitting there taking it all in. And, it's just, he's still curious and want to know about the roots of the blues. And I was happy to be there to share that with him. He had some cool licks there.
Yeah.
He come out the middle of nowhere on you, run a little line.
Right.
Yeah.
That smoothness.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love playing with him.
Mm-hmm. What was that like, man? What was that like? Cause I never got a chance to get
play with him.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, he just was so generous with it. He just called you up, come on out. And man, me and him said, I got a thing we did in New York together.
Oh,
we just sitting on the stool together.
Oh
with
man,
his band playing the blues.
that's amazing. When did he give you the Lucille?
Well, what happened is that he had offered me the Lucille a long time ago, and I was always not had enough guts when I played in Las Vegas, to go get it, because he had told me a story one time. He said, "I got a guitar for you." He said, "When you're in Vegas, come by and get it." He said, "But don't do like my friend Joe Louis Walker." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I told Joe I had a guitar for him, and 4 o'clock in the morning, I heard my Joe."
He wanted a good time.
So when he told me that story, every time I got to Vegas, I said, man, it's too late to go. So I ended up getting it after he passed away. Okay. But man, that was so funny, because when he told me that story, that put a damper on me. Man, I ain't showing up over there this time of morning, man. Well, I also told Kingfish, he wanted to know when did I started my career as Kenny Neal. And I was telling him, being on the road with Buddy Guy, in my mind, I was thinking I was just as good as these guys, so I don't want to play bass no more. I want to jump on the guitar. And so I checked out a couple of guitars, didn't like them at first, and then I picked up this 1968 Telecaster. When I was like 19, I left home with Buddy Guy, and I played bass for him from 1976 to about 82.
Wow.
81, I was the bass player.
Man,
I used to be on the road with them and just trying to suck it all in. Him and Junior Wells was together. It was Buddy Guy and Junior Wells back then. Yeah. And so that's when I first left home. I was 19. I turned 20 in 77. But then after I got to Chicago, I said, man, all these dudes around here playing the guitars, man. And they showed me contracts. Oh, I'm going to Germany next week. I go, damn. I got rid of the bass. I said, man, I'm going to buy me a guitar, man. These dudes around here, I think I can do this. And that's what made me interested when I got to Chicago and saw all the guys with their own band.
Yes, sir.
And I bought the guitar. They thought I lost my mind. My mom said, son, you're going all over the world. Why you want to change now?
Right.
So.
It seemed like it was an uphill. It was an uphill joint for a head.
So I went in and started woodshedding and getting me some songs together and put me a show. Then I moved up to Toronto, Canada, and stayed up there.
Wow.
So I couldn't get no gigs, so I didn't have no other choice but to sit in the room and play the guitar.
Right.
But I've been playing this one for 42 years.
Yeah, I noticed. What year is this?
68.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 68.
That's worth some money.
Yeah.
I got those FSG.
Yeah. Johnny Winters gave me this
Really?
back in 1980. It's called a Stratoblaster. It just go from 0 to 100. You can't adjust it.
Is it?
Yeah. Man, you talk about like if you hit. So when you go to the gigs and you want to sound check, you sound check with it all. And then all of a sudden, when I'm on stage and I need that power, I don't have to worry about the sound.
You ain't got to worry about it. Hey, turn me up.
I just hit this, and you see the sound man going, oh shit. When Kingfish heard the first time he heard the track, he was in there warming up a little bit. And man, I go, wow, he just fell right into place with this thing. So when we actually started recording, I told him, I said, you know what? You got a feel for it. You go ahead and take the lead. And that's why he's got the first solo and the introduction. Because, man, it was so good at the time. Why should I go mess it up? I'm going to give him the intro on the top. Okay. One more time. We just want to get that intro. Okay. You got enough tracks in there?
Yeah, I think so.
You say it's on the drums?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, go ahead on and play through the vocals now.
Okay.
Since you got a feel for it.
Okay.
Just hit them licks in there.
Okay.
And then after I go from the turnaround to 5, so you can start solo in the first half.
Okay, cool. Yes, we like the call and response thing with that verse. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, how you feel?
Yeah, I can work.
That's good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, let me pick it up right after that turnaround. I was still in F. It's in G.
Yeah, I forgot it. I forgot it was G. My bad.
Y'all nasty.
Yeah.
Boy, it's some thank you rings from them.
Good to have it. Yeah, and then I'll come in. Right after Kingfish solo. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, let's do it again. You can go back and put it. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, look.
I'm gonna turn this pedal off and have you tweak that sound in a way.
Yeah, and look, that second time you go into solo, let's just trade them because it's so sharp.
Okay, cool. That's like a plan.
We'll go 1-1 and then.
Yeah, I gotta get you.
That's what's so good about writing these 3-minute songs.
Right.
You got the pedal off?
Yeah, I got it off. Yeah.
See what that sound like. If not, I'm gonna change it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we got to show him some love.
Right.
Show BB some. Well, middle of the track, while he's soloing, he breaks a string. But the amazing part, he never missed a note. That was the funniest part. He kept on playing. He wailed it all the way to the end, you know. And that's just the magic, you know. That's the magic.
Hey. Start up. I tripped up.
we're going to change the string.
My bad.
Mount up on the string. Well, I went into the vocal booths and laid down my tracks. So, you know, here I am with that old growling voice, you know, and really belching out. And then when I send Kingfish in to the vocal room to do his, I thought he was going to take a lead from me and get the belching it out. And he came in just as smooth as he could be. And that just put the icing on the cake for me, man. He was just totally thinking of his self and what he do. And I was so happy to bring that out of him. That's what happened. He showed Kingfish, man.
Mount up on the wings of the king. Mount up on the wings of the king.
So here we go. We're gonna all go back into the control room. Boo Mitchell, he done laid down a nice mix for us and tell us, say, come on in, let's have a listen. And man, when we played that song, I mean, it was very heart touching for me. I mean, I know that we had something real special, even more than when we was doing it. I knew that was good, but when we sat back and listened, it was just a moment that, you know, was very special, and I knew we had something great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that there.
Let's just play it.
Mount up on the wings of the king. Mount up on the wings of the king.
Let's go put that one down.
You got you.
Okay, we'll put it in now.
Oh, y'all gonna both? Okay. Oh, I thought you had some gals.
I wish I did. Yeah, I don't know about you. We see them girls. Yeah.
You know,
Let's
some
put
gals. I got some gals. I got two there.
And I ain't gonna put no white grip pliers on my nut.
Him down.
Why don't we just get, hey Kenny, why don't we just have some girls to do
Yeah,
that?
that's what we need to do, because me and Fish ain't about to do that one.
Yeah.
I got to dig somewhere deep to find out.
Well, if you wanna play the blues on your guitar and you dream of being a star, even kid is watching wherever you are. So don't touch a string until you listen to some BB. Well, Sweet 16 and Caledonia too. Even Lucille gave me the blue. 3 o'clock in the morning, singing his down home blues. So don't touch a string until you listen to some BB.
So don't touch a string until you listen to some BB King.
Woo!
Wrap.
That's nasty.
That's a wrap. Get the gals in.
Ooh, that's
And we're
nasty.
good to go.
Yeah, I would love to take the moment to thank Kingfish for participating and bringing the great gifts that God has given him. I wanted to thank his manager, Ric Whitney, for supporting us and helping us make this happen. And also Joe Eagle. Joe Eagle was the guy that kind of kept me informed and how things were, where they were on the schedule and things like that. You know, when you can't do this by yourself, one thing I've learned is it takes a team to make things happen. But here we are. And Mount Up on the Wings of the King has turned out to be a fabulous record. And so we're so excited about this thing coming out. And so you guys enjoy it.
Because that song is a very, very powerful song. And the day they recorded it, it was like they were creating magic. I'm looking at these guys jam in the studio. Kingfish is doing his thing, Kenny is doing his thing, and it was just moving and grooving, and it's just like they were reading each other when they were performing. And if you had to be there to see the magic. A lot of people can't create magic. They talented. They ain't got no damn magic. They can sing, but they can't sing. And these brothers, Kingfish, Chris, and Kenny Neal, they created magic that day.
I'm just gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna predict this. This song is gonna be around for generations to come.
So don't touch the screen
till you listen to some BB King.